Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here in selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. This week, I simply want to say thank you. Thank you for all the followings, for all the comments, for all the support. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for listening to the stories. Thank you for existing. How many times do you hear that thank you? It's something, I don't know, seem to have kind of gone by the wayside. Do we step into gratitude as much as we should? Do we say thank you, even for the little things? Do we acknowledge other people's presence? Thank you is such a simple two-worder. Thanks, if you want, it can be a one word, but it's letting people know you see them, you hear them, and you're grateful for them. So the thank you can go an awful long way. I was once playing with my dog in the States while we were on a trip. She was a border collie, love of my life. And I would throw the ball for her. And then when she brought it back, I would say thank you for her to give it back to me. And a woman was observing. She said, I've never seen that before, saying thank you to the dog. Why do you say thank you? Because I appreciate her bringing the ball back to me so I can throw it again. She said, I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to practice that more. Simple thing. Does the dog know what thank you is? Well, it does when you teach it, right? Everything has to be taught. We teach our children to say thank you. We teach ourselves to say thank you, please, and thank you. They go an awful long way, folks. It's observing the services or the presence of what somebody is doing for you. And it's courtesy. I know a lot of courtesy seems to have kind of disappeared nowadays. We're taking things for granted. We think we're owed everything. We think that we're entitled. And really, we're not entitled to anything. We have to earn it. We have to be in a position to receive what we receive from people and to show our gratitude. But our gratitude also could be something that isn't just about being thankful for what somebody's done for you, but our gratitude can be very much for, I'm awake today, didn't die in my sleep. I've got a full day ahead of me of wonderful shows or people to meet, or even the administrative stuff. It's, being creative. I am thankful that I have that opportunity to do that my life isn't nothingness, that there is some content to it. There is some action in it. There is some purpose in it. It has a meaning, and that I'm extremely grateful for. I flapped around in the wind for a while, not knowing where I belonged or what I was contributing or if I was contributing anything. I was rather lost and I'd dabble in this and dabble in that and do this and do that and just kind of didn't feel the fit until I discovered podcasting and then interviewing so many incredible people with so many different perspectives, but people coming from the heart and conviction of their beliefs. I discovered something that was quite remarkable, quite wonderful, and it changed my life completely. So despite the fact that sometimes I may wake up with not having a good night's sleep, or aches and pains, which is quite common in my life, or that it's dull and dismal outside, I am thankful that I have something to do, something that is meaningful and purposeful. It's very easy to kind of go down that slippery slide of, well, I haven't got a job right now, or I don't know what to do. I just want to do nothing right now. And, nothingness is good. Nothingness can be very productive if you're productive in the nothingness. And let me explain that. Doing nothing means you are not overloading your senses with frivolous things. Sometimes just being in your own space, being in silence, or listening to some music, maybe writing something, but doing it from a place of nothingness. In other words, no expectation. and no dictation. You're just allowing yourself to be in that space, allowing the thoughts and the feelings to express themselves and just being still. I love nothingness. My head is constantly creating. I'm always making a movie. Um, so nothingness is, that place where I put on the music. I can give my brain something to do, and while the rest of it is off wandering, doing something else. I love going to coffee bars where I can sit outside and the lovely sun, spring's around the corner, beautiful sunny here today, have my coffee, have a pastry, have a bite to eat, and watching the people come and go, being able to talk to some people that are there. I love that life around me, that moment of my own inner silence. At the same time, I can actually just sit in the dark and lay in the dark and be in my nothingness world, which is always something going on. The nothingness on the lack of productivity, space of nothingness is a wonderful place to go because there's so much revealed to you in that time. Your feeling thoughts can really come forth. Ideas and creativity can really come forth. And sometimes it's just simply a peace of mind that you need, and that's okay. But doing nothing because I lost this and I lost that and I don't know what else to do, so I'm going to do nothing. Mm-mm. Don't get stuck there. Please don't get stuck there because you'll get so stuck you won't know how to get out of it. If whatever you've done in life comes to an end, that just means that chapter is over. Be grateful for whatever went on in that chapter. Take all the wisdom and knowledge and skills that you've had from that chapter and be open and willing to put it into a new chapter. You don't know what that chapter is going to be called right now. You don't know what's going to be written in that chapter. Have the pen proverbially poised and allow. A lot of the time, these shows that I do, I press record and see what comes out. Today, thankful. And maybe sometimes it's gibberish, but that's okay. I'm offloading and sharing what's going on inside my psyche at right now. It's also very often exploration. You start off with one thing, foot in front of the other, being willing to move forward. Don't get stagnant. There's a difference for being still and stagnancy. And just saying, okay, where am I going now? One foot in front of the other, open to the possibilities and the opportunities that are around you. And sometimes they'll take you down a cul-de-sac, but that isn't a dead end. It was like you're meant to pick something up from that cul-de-sac, come back to the mainstream, continue traveling. Now take a right turn over here and go down that road, and a left turn over here and go down that road. And all along the way, you are gathering information, inspiration, people, knowledge, and this will help you decide what you want to do with your next chapter. We don't get that knowledge just sitting and blanking out, watching TV, playing video games, or whatever, getting lost in something else. We do still have to be engaged with life in order to be able to move forward. But you don't have to know where you're going in order to move forward. If we're going for a drive, like we used to do on Sundays, Sunday drive, we'd just head down one road and then, let's take this road. Oh, I haven't been there before. Let's go over there. Willing to be exploratory, willing to step into the unknown, unafraid, unconditionally, undictatorially, and just allow. And be grateful that you're in that position to be able to move forward. Now, sometimes a marriage comes to an end and you're stuck because the divorce has maybe got ugly or it hasn't come to an end, and there's the argument over the house, the kids, the dog, the cat, the fence, the car, you name it. You're in transition, and that means you're in haglass disruption where you're clearing out the old and laying a canvas for the new. You've come to an end of a job for whatever reason. You're not quite sure what your next job is going to be. Take some time to breathe, to download, to finish cycling what you have done, and then start looking at what else is out there for you. If you have come to an end of a relationship, don't dash into another one. Take some time for you. All that love that you've been sharing out with others, how about you giving yourself some of that love? In that loving vibration, you will attract somebody that can love you in that same vibe, that same frequency. But having gratitude all the time for the fact that you can make choices. then you can explore what's in front of you, that you can take this journey even one foot in front of the other. Be grateful for it, because there are those that are imprisoned, either in their own minds, in their environment, in their situation, and they haven't got that freedom to make those choices to move on. Maybe at some point, if they think that way, they'll see the opportunity, and sometimes they're just imprisoned. If you are able to explore what the future has for you, it is a gift in itself, because you don't know where that gift is going to take you or what you're going to become. 9 years ago in April, well, actually March, I was asked to be a part of a new network, to be a host on it. I'd never done hosting, podcasting before. Um, it was live. I pressed all the wrong buttons. It was hilarious. And doing live for 13 months was an incredible training ground and lesson. And I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know, was anybody listening? Did I have any impact? And then I started my own network. And same thing, you don't always get feedback. And sometimes if somebody's interviewed you, if you've done a podcast, or if you've been somewhere, drop them a line or comment or something and say, thank you. That was great, wonderful, or I learned a lot, or thank you for your time. It lets other people know that you've paid attention, and that you really did enjoy your time, and that you're grateful for what they're giving or for what they're sharing with you. We've forgotten how to say thank you. We just move on next. And I know as a podcaster, there are a lot of people that get very, very complacent about the interview. They'll turn up if they want to turn up. They don't bother sharing. They take it for granted. I do things by donation very often, don't donate. And just like entitled. Yeah, I'm here to share your services with the world who is in need of those services, all that inspiration, all that illumination of what you are or who you are or what you're doing. So gratitude for what you've heard, and gratitude from those that have interviewed you. Please step up a little bit, okay? Let us know that we've had that impact. Are we being grateful for our children? They may be driving us crazy. You're at home and stuck with them, but you still are very grateful for the fact that you had that time with them. Our spouses, things might be a little tested, but you can get through this together, because this actually is a wonderful test to find out if you can, right? They thank you when you go to the grocery store. Thank you to the cashier. Good morning, good afternoon. Yes, please. No, thank you. Have a good day. It goes a long way. You are seeing them, you are hearing them, you are grateful for them. People opening the door, thank you. People letting you your car in front of them, do a wave, thank you. It's acknowledgement, it's respect. It's showing that you're not taking things for granted. We're in a society that's taken things for granted for a long time, and we feel that we're owed. And no, we all have the right to pursue our life in our own way. That is our journey in life. But we're not owed a life. Just because you're born doesn't mean that you're entitled. And especially if you are white, then you are privileged just for being white. Yes, we may have our own struggles, our own persecutions that happen in our life. It doesn't mean stuff doesn't happen to you, but already being a white person has opened up doors for you where it hasn't always for people of color. Be grateful that that is the situation. And if you are a person of color, when there is somebody, no matter what their color is, that's opening a door for you, don't clump them in all in one persecution of, color against white. There are plenty of people on both sides that are very grateful for what we do with each other, because that's what we're meant to be doing. I say colorblind. Yes, I know you're being persecuted. I stand up beside you. I will do whatever I can to give you your voice and be a voice for you. But I don't want the fight about the black and the white and the yellow and the pink and the polka dot. It's like, let's get over that, and let's Start treating everyone equally the same, no matter what the color is, and not allow that persecution of anyone to step into place. And perhaps if we were more grateful of our differences, because they are the spice of life, they are the different textures of the dish of life, we would be more appreciative of our differences instead of so fearful of them. Remember that fear is an inside thing. You are fearful of people taking over and you losing your identity. Well, if you preserve your identity and it's preserved in your own culture, you're not going to lose it. So, again, what we sow, what we water is what will grow. And if we grow it in gratitude, in the simple thank you and the simple please, and the being grateful for what we have, we would be in a much different vibration and so much more productive in so many more ways. So I've come across children that just think, you know, you're old and they can kick you or they could do this to you and they could do that to you and they have absolutely no appreciation, not a single sign of please or thank you, just a him a hate. And where did that come from? It came from their upbringing. It came from their parents. Children will mimic their parents. They will react their environment. And if they are behaving like that, that is what they've come from. And so you can reach them perhaps, but what you do need to do is reach the core. And we went from too much discipline of children to absolutely no discipline of children. And as every pendulum that goes left to the right, we want to have it to be a happy medium in the middle. And the discipline needs to obviously be that of whatever the action is. And to children to know, or anyone to know, is I love you, but I do not condone your action. And if there is any punishment here, it is on the action, not on you. And so it helps people make different choices. And loving somebody should never be in a condition of that you don't like what they've just done. Um, you could speak up to, I didn't like that because maybe they were unaware. And, or that was a silly move. I used to say to my children, that was an utterly stupid move. And now how are we going to get out of this? And they had to participate in their getting out of it. And I didn't mind helping them because that's as a custodian mother I was meant to do. But they had to learn from their mistakes. And they would continue to make mistakes outside of my realm of home. But the voice inside of them would always come knocking on the door and go, hang on, mate, you know, you're better than that choice. Let's make a better choice. So, what we feed and nurture our children with is the way they're going to interact with the world, how we treat each other, respect, kindness, gratitude is the way we are going to treat everyone else. And the simple gratitude of please and thank you is the common basis of it. And it's also like look at someone when you're speaking to them, see them, don't look down. No, 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 no. Want a coffee, latte, move on. How about looking at that? There's a human being. There's not a bot on the other side of you. There's a human being serving you. Pay attention to that human being and let them know you see them and you hear them. We don't want anybody to be invisible. This is not what this world is about. We've all got a part to play in this orchestra. And it might be the dance, it might be the song, it might be the music, it might be turning the music pages. It doesn't matter what it is. We're all a part of it. And if we can respect each other's roles, then there won't be so much conflict. Instead, there'll be more creativity. So this week, as you go about your world, your daily life, don't forget those pleases and thank yous. Don't forget to look at people, inquire how their day is going. Don't forget the person that's giving you a service to say thank you. Follow up with an email, a phone call, a text. It doesn't matter, just an acknowledgement. Don't forget to say please. Don't take things for granted. Be grateful for what somebody else has done for you or for the opportunity that is in front of you. And when you step into that gratitude, when you step into that self-respect and respect of others, you will just find that your life will flow so much easier. So this week, lots of thank yous and pleases. And I'm going to say ahead of time, thank you for listening to our shows. I have some incredible shows for you this week. The Greenpeace founder, Patrick Moore, a wonderful personality coach who has created her own program, which is extraordinary. She did it on me, really an eye-opener, Nadine Hatcher, and also Mary Ellen, a beautiful motivator, an enlightener, and just somebody who lifts up your life with some beautiful words that she's written in her books, which I have right here, the healing words, and also truth. And three beautiful shows for you, and beautiful human beings that have gone through their own journey in life to create this for you, to help you on your journey of life. So I thank you for listening to them. And maybe all the other 2,700 shows we have for you here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. But listening and even maybe adding a comment to the end of the show saying thank you for that, or what you learned from it, or is there anything from it that it sparked an interest. Be engaged, please. Be engaged with each other. The thank you to each other, the acknowledgement of each other, and even coming back later going, you said something, I applied it. This is the reaction that I had. Thank you. If it's not on the day, it could be down the road. But please acknowledge each other in gratitude, in respect, and also apply that wonderful wisdom that's being shared with you. Okay? So, have a wonderful week, folks. It's Chinese New Year coming up next week. I will be sharing the week after all the Chinese New Year signs. We're going into the year of the ox, and what does the ox mean to us? I'll be sharing all of that with you. And lots of other people coming your way, as there is every week. And in March, I have a collaboration that's going to be launched, and that's going to be very, very exciting because we're switching gears and going up into a nice high gear to serve you even more. So thank you. Muchas gracias. Dankeschön. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for listening, for participating, and for being the awesome you that you are. So until next week, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. You will hear many, many shows here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. We have new shows for you out every week. Just find them on our podcast or What's New. If you feel that you have something to share that makes a difference in the lives of others, or you too feel that you could be a host, please contact me at info@selfdiscoverymedia.com, and we will be glad to speak with you. Have a wonderful day.